Yellen. I'm the director and cinematographer.
I am Kellie Yellen. I'm the writer-producer.
Hi, I'm John Lawson, and I'm 250 years old.
Hi, I'm Abigail Hawk.
Abby, who played one of my favorite characters, Anna. We all love Anna. So also Tobias, Tobias Forrest, who played the lead, one of the leads, was not here, unfortunately, but we wanted to announce that he is actually receiving an award, which will be aired on PBS December 3rd, the Best Acting Award from the Media Access Awards, which will be presented by Oscar winners Marley Matlin and Troy Kutzer. There was another sort of thing which happened, right? The Christopher Reeve Award.
Yes. So this is a very interesting kind of full circle moment for Toby. After Toby's injury, he got injured when he was 17 and he dove into shallow water in the Grand Canyon. But Toby, I think, I'm speaking for him, so I hope when he sees this he forgives me, but I know him well enough by now. But he always loved acting and he wanted to pursue that. And when he was starting out in Hollywood, the Christopher Reeve Foundation used to do an annual scholarship to help persons with disability get through the industry, because I think most of us here in this audience have been touched by disability at some point in our life, so we know how difficult this is. So the Reeve Foundation stepped up and assisted. Well, it's no longer a scholarship, but it is actually a Best Acting Award, and Toby is the first recipient of it. So that is a I think he earned it personally.
Thank you. So I'm going to start us off with some questions and then get your questions ready as well. I'm curious very much what the genesis of this film is, where the idea came from. Did you have to do research? Tell us about the title, why this title?
So this is going to be my Q&A. Okay. Okay. So I think a lot of people, you don't think about disability until it touches you personally in your life, and I feel that that's something that happens to me. So I actually wrote this as a response to a family tragedy that happened in my own life, and a member of my family became paralyzed, and I started to see things in a different way. I started to notice the little disparities. The aisles weren't wide enough, things weren't accessible, and one of the things that I noticed most of all is that film and television, if it depicted disability at all, it was something that they had to overcome, or it kind of led with the notion that death is better than living with a disability, and I just knew that we could do better than that. So I wrote this script as a way to process it, and the name Daruma is obviously, you guys saw what a Daruma doll is. It's a Japanese symbol of hope and determination, and the saying, I'm not going to try to say it in Japanese, but the saying is basically fall down 7 times, get up 8. And you just keep going, and you just have to have the strength and the resilience to keep going. Now when Alex and I started dating, this was the very first script of mine that I let him read, because I was very protective of my material. And I will let him tell this portion of it.
So it's the first thing of hers that she let me read, and if you're going to be seriously involved with another artist, you better like their work. And I took to it immediately. I was laughing on the second page, that the scene at the very beginning where Toby throws Patrick throws a beer bottle out the window, John comes to the window and yells at him. That scene was hysterical to me in the script, and Kellie thought I didn't like it.
But he was laughing, and I was
yeah,
like, what is this? It's a drama.
I was like, no, it's a comedy. We're going to make a comedy. So, and that set the tone. But no, I believed in it, and I felt like it was something that we could actually make, and that it was different, and it spoke to me because of that. And we decided we were going to get behind it 100%, and 6 years later, here we are.
A little bit about the casting process.
I think John could speak to that very well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm very. It's also what crossed my mind. I made a film where there was a blind antagonist actually, and I didn't cast someone who was actually blind in that case. So my question was also, did it ever occur to you to cast, different able-bodied persons or fully able-bodied persons, or what was you're thinking in that, and then also there's the child, which is so difficult, you know, for casting and directing and co-actors, etc. So
I'll give you one answer and then I'm gonna pass the mic to John.
No, it never, ever, ever crossed my mind to not do this authentically, which is why it took so long to get it made. And this is why it is an indie film, it is not a studio film. But I think we are all better for having done it the right way.
Woo!
I know John put you thought, but I will say it was a question. It was, do you have any idea what's out there? Because we didn't know any actors with disabilities at that point. I said, do you know any actors who use wheelchairs, or do you know a double arm amputee? She said, no, but we're gonna find out. And we did, so.
Well, they won't tell you, but I will. The studio did offer to make the film, or made them an offer, if they would take an actor that was an able-bodied actor and put him in the wheelchair. They said, you can keep the old guy with no hands, but, you know, just get us an actor and put him in a wheelchair.
He's a smooth talker.
But actually, I saw the breakdown as an audition, and for a double-hand amputee, and 40 years in the business, I'd never seen that before. And so Toby is a good friend of mine. We live about 1.5 miles apart, and we read for each other and help each other do auditions all the time. So I went over, Toby was auditioning, and I said, you should audition for the guy in the wheelchair. He goes, no, I'm a quad, they're looking for a para. I go, but yeah, you're partial, you can push your chair around, you can do it. Well, I don't have lines. I said, just read the opposite of what I did. So he did, we taped him and we sent it in. A few days later, he calls me back. He goes, oh my God, I'm so glad you made me audition. I got a call back. Did you? I went, nope. Oh, sorry. Click. So then they called me right soon after that. So then we went in for a callback together. But to follow up, right now, the last census, 1 in 4 people in America self-identify with a disability. So about 25% of the population has a disability, but on film and television, less than 2% of all the characters that you see and everything on film and television, less than 2% of those are characters with disability. And a recent study by the Rotherham Foundation found out that of that 2%, 95% of those are done by able-bodied actors pretending to be disabled. And we say, well, it's acting. Why can't I act that way? And that is true. But yet, when someone that's authentically cast brings a lifetime of experience to the role, and it's something that can't be learned by watching or studying or trying to act that way. So there are a lot of disabled actors out there that have experience and can do the roles if they're given a chance. So, and that's all we ask for, is a chance.
I just want to say though that he was not typecast, because this guy drives like a speed demon on the 405. So he does not drive like a grandpa. He's terrifying to be a passenger in his car, but he'll get to the airport on time.
I just want to say, you know, Abigail came into this project, and we really owe her a great deal because we had to bootstrap putting this together. And about 4 years ago, we were putting together a fundraiser on Speed and Spark. That was just for the genesis of, you know, getting us going and getting us where we needed to go. And we had like 24 hours to hit our goal. Now, Alex and Abby had worked together on a couple of Lifetime movies before. I had never met Abby. And all of a sudden, on the day after Thanksgiving, this donation comes in from this woman. And without her, we would not have hit our goal, and we would not have hit that initial mark. So, Abby, thank you for coming.